everybody, welcome back to Camp in a Box. Today we're going to make some yarn paintings. For this project, you're going to need a couple sheets of white paper, a couple strands of yarn about 1.5 feet long, and then several different types of paint. We're going to get started by taking more of a stained glass approach to yarn painting. So go ahead and grab your black paint and one of your pieces of yarn and soak the majority of it in that black paint. This is the Color Wars box, so you will definitely get messy with this craft. Make sure you have either a towel or some paper towel on hand so you can wipe off your fingers and clean up any messes. Now it's as easy as using your piece of yarn as really a long paintbrush. You can swirl it around or flick it across the surface to create all sorts of cool shapes and lines. When you notice that your yarn is no longer laying down color, just simply dip it back into the paint, swish it around, and you should be good to go to continue painting different lines and shapes. Once you're happy with how your painting looks, go ahead and set it aside to dry completely. For the second option in this craft, you take your other pieces of yarn and dip them into the paint cups provided. Remember to only go one color at a time. But you can repeat the same process as you did with the black paint. You can drag, swirl, slide, do anything you can imagine with that piece of yarn to apply color to the painting. Once you're done with your first color, you can go ahead and grab another string of yarn and get it all saturated with your second color and start painting again. If the first color is still wet on your piece of paper, your colors might mix. I recommend only doing 2 colors at a time for this option. If you add any more colors, they may all blend together and turn into a muddy color that you might not want in your final project. Go ahead and set this off to the side so it can dry completely. I didn't notice it before, but now this painting kind of looks like ketchup and mustard. So let's add some blue to brighten it up a bit. When I'm adding the blue, I'm just going to gently lay my string of yarn onto the paper to make these little itty bitty swirls and dots. And with that, our first yarn painting is all done. Remember, sometimes less is more. So if you feel like your painting's getting a little too busy, go ahead and stop and set it off to the side. You can always add more to it later if you want to. Now let's jump back to our first yarn painting where we only used black. And while you're doing that, go ahead and grab some colors from your collection of markers or colored pencils and start filling in the individual little shapes with your different colors. I recommend doing a couple of shapes at a time with one color, then switching to your second color, adding a couple of shapes there, and so on and so forth, until you have all of those little shapes filled in with different colors. And we're all done. Once these are both completely dry, you can hang them up on your wall around the house or on the fridge. Thanks so much for crafting with me today, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.